true. And again, welcome everybody to the 2021 Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired Scholarship Awards celebration. I'm Denise Jess, the Executive Director and CEO of the Council, and I am truly over the moon and honored to be in this virtual space with these 10 incredible scholars who you will have an opportunity to meet and hear from this afternoon. And I hope that your heart is as filled with as much pride as mine is as you get to hear from each of them and hear their stories. Also with me this afternoon are some of the members of the scholarship selection work group, and I'll introduce each of them as they help share the presentation while we're together this afternoon. The mission of the Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired is to promote the dignity and empowerment of the people of Wisconsin living with vision loss. And we do that in three really fundamental ways. First, through systems advocacy. Second, through community education. And third, through providing vision rehabilitation services. Our scholarship program, in my perspective, and I think many other folks would agree, is one of those kind of just gemstones of how we fulfill our mission, because each of the students that you will meet this afternoon already embraces advocacy through the work they do to navigate their educational systems and communities. They provide such vital education to their peers and their instructors while they go about getting their own education. And many of them access technologies and the skills that they've learned and continue to learn to really open the doors of opportunities. So for us to be able to lend just a little bit of support through the scholarship program and through our belief in these students, we really hope that we help pave a way through the education system so that each of these young people can fulfill the incredible dreams that they have for the careers that they stand at the doorway of fulfilling. The scholarship program has been one that we've been proud to offer for, oh my gosh, since at least the early 1990s. And maybe even longer. I'd have to keep digging through our archives to see if it's even longer. But that's a long history of being able to offer a pretty sizable scholarship. So we've been able to touch hundreds of students and literally offer hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarship aid. The students that you'll meet this afternoon have met a very high bar for excellence in receiving this scholarship. And each one of them will receive, if they haven't gotten the checks in the mail already, will be receiving a $2,000 award, which they can use for what is needed for their educational expenses. Maybe applying it to tuition, maybe applying it to housing and room and board, maybe applying it to the accommodative and assistive devices that we all use to navigate our world, maybe using it for transportation. You know, they're wise stewards of this money that helps create educational equity and access. So I want to just take a moment to thank, with just a whole humble heart, the families over the years who have gifted the council with generous endowments that we have been able to use very wisely to promote the scholarship program, and particularly honoring the Priest and Johnson families for their generosity. They saw a future where students living with blindness and vision impairment could really make a difference in their communities and really be leaders in their communities. And they understood that education was the doorway to being to opportunity, and they offered their generous gifts to be able to continue to pave that opportunity for these students and for many students in the future. So with that, I want to keep the ball rolling here and introduce you to two of our wonderful board members, both of whom are current and past educators working with students with vision impairment in various parts of the state. And Patty Slaby and Karen Heeson will take just a moment to thank the generous sponsors who've helped this event to happen today. So Patty, let me turn it to you.
Thank you, Denise. I would like to thank New Gen, who have been donating a generous sponsorship of council events for several years, and we appreciate the various projects that they have funded through their grants. Today, we thank New Gen for providing funds to hire a professional to assist us with the technical aspects of this event. We appreciate your efforts, Ethan, in making this a memorable event for our scholarship recipients. Thank you.
And special thanks to Associated Bank for sponsoring this scholarship event for the past 7 years. We value your partnership in our day-to-day work and sincerely appreciate your support of the scholarship recipients. Associated Bank has been a strong supporter of the Council's work for nearly a decade. We appreciate your commitment to collaborating with nonprofits doing good works throughout the state. Thank you.
Karen and Patty, thank you so much. Rebecca, I want to turn to you to introduce our scholars. So Rebecca Arrowwood is also a member of the Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired's Board of Directors. And Rebecca received a scholarship or two from the council as she was going through her education. And now these days, she pays that work forward through her professional work as an HR generalist and also as a leader in the blind and visually impaired community. So Rebecca, I'm delighted to turn it to you to introduce our scholars.
All right, thank you so much, Denise. And again, thank you to our sponsors and also just congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients, definitely well-deserved, and so happy to be part of this celebration and recognizing your hard work and efforts. So just as a reminder, I'm going to go ahead and provide your first name. At that point, I'll ask you to go ahead and introduce yourself, provide us with your home community, the town you're from, the school that you are attending, as well as your field of study, and then we will continue on. So first up, we have Sari.
Hi, my name is Sari. I'm going to be a sophomore at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, and I am majoring in early childhood special education. And yeah, I think that was about all I had to say.
Yep, you got it. Perfect. Thank you, Sari. Congratulations again. Next, we have Grace.
Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Grace Kane. I'm from Lowell, Wisconsin, and I also go to the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, and my major is instrumental music education.
Perfect. Thank you, Grace. And next we have Lindsay.
Hi, thank you, Rebecca. My name is Lindsay Fritz. I currently live in Madison, Wisconsin. I attend Madison College for nursing at the moment, and my intended field of study is nursing. I intend on becoming a nurse practitioner.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Congratulations again. And now we have Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I attend Calvin University in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm currently double majoring in Spanish and Chinese with a minor in German, with the long-term goal of serving as a TVI in other countries.
Wonderful. Sounds very exciting and adventurous. So congratulations again. And now Brandon.
My name is Brennan Klaus. I'm from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, and I go to UW Whitewater. I'm going to be a junior this year, and I'm majoring in business.
Wonderful. Thank you, Brandon. Congratulations again. Up next is Luca.
Hi, my name is Luca Santine. I'm from Madison and I go to Lawrence University, and my major is in jazz and contemporary improvisation, and I intend on becoming a music therapist.
Wonderful. Thank you, Luca. Congratulations again. Next is Ellie.
Hello, I'm Ellie. I am from Madison, Wisconsin. I just finished high school and I'll be attending Madison College for the next few years and then transferring to UW Whitewater where I'll major in special ed.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ellie. And next up is George.
Hi, my name is George Tuttle. I'm a sophomore at Carroll University. I'm from Drummond, Wisconsin, and my major is healthcare administration, pre-physical therapy, and I have a minor in Spanish.
Wow, that's a lot, a lot going on all right there. Congratulations again, George. Thank you. And now we have Joe.
Right. Hi, I'm Joe Tuttle. I am George's brother, actually. I'm a sophomore at Purdue University with a major in agricultural education and a minor in Portuguese.
Wow, thank you so much, Joe, and congratulations again. And last, we have Shayna.
Hi, my name is Shayna. I'm from Clintonville, Wisconsin, and I will be attending school in the fall at UWSP for a psychology major.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much and congratulations again.
Awesome. Rebecca, thank you so much for welcoming our scholars and scholars. Oh my gosh, it's so great to hear from each of you and to hear what your future career paths look like. So exciting. So Kathleen, I'm looking forward to hearing from you as you share a story or reading as kind of an inspiration point for this afternoon. For folks who don't know Kathleen, she is a member of our staff. So glad she joined us right at the doorway of the pandemic and has hung with us throughout this year. Kathleen brings a lot of experience working with AmeriCorps workers. So really a lot of the age folks that, a lot of the folks that are about all of your ages. Sorry, I just got some audio feedback, so I got a little distracted. So my apologies. Kathleen, why don't you take the floor and share your reading and then invite our gratitudes.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. And before I start with the reading, I'm just going to take this opportunity to share and congratulating all of our fabulous scholarship recipients. I'm so excited for all of you. So thank you for all your hard work. And yes, I'll be reading a poem today. It's entitled Always Be. Fortunately, the poet's unknown, but again, always be. Always. Be understanding to your enemies, be loyal to your friends, be strong enough to face the world each day, be weak enough to know you cannot do everything alone. Always. Be generous to those who need your help. Be frugal with that you need yourself. Be wise enough to know that you do not know everything. Be smart enough to continue learning. Always be willing to share your joys. Be willing to share the sorrows of others. Be a leader, when you see a path others have missed. Be a follower when you are shrouded by the midst of uncertainty. Always be first to congratulate an opponent who succeeds. Be last to criticize a colleague who fails. Be sure where your next step will fall so that you will not tumble. Be sure of your final destination by setting your goals along the way. But above all, always be yourself. So I know this has been quite the year for everyone. And so I hope that kind of provides a little perspective and some words that we all kind of need to be reminded of from time to time. So the next, I'll be leading our expressions of gratitude. So again, I'll call everyone's name one by one, so we make sure we get to hear from everyone one more time. So I will start again with Sari.
Hi, my name is Sari, and I am so thankful for this scholarship. This is going to really help me tremendously in my studies. I'm really looking forward to what the future holds for me as being a future educator. And yeah, just thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Thank you. Thank you, Sari. And next, Grace.
Hi, I'm Grace. I just wanted to say thank you as well to the sponsors and to the Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired. The scholarship has really helped out, and being able to attend college has like helped me grow in a lot of ways. And I can't wait to eventually be able to teach students as well. So thank you so much for helping to make my education possible.
Thank you, Grace. And next, Lindsay.
Hi, thank you so much to the Wisconsin Council for the Blind, as well as their sponsors. I really do appreciate your scholarship, and it's really going to make a huge difference in my nursing education. Thank you.
That's great. Thanks, Lindsay. And next, Kat.
Hi, I would like to thank both the Wisconsin Council for the Blind and their sponsors for making this scholarship possible. I think that we've all known what it's like to kind of doubt ourselves, and so especially on the path of education, knowing that other people believe in us enough to sponsor us is really big. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Kat. And now, Brandon.
I want to thank the Wisconsin Council for the Blind Visually Impaired, along with all of its sponsors, for giving me the opportunity to receive this scholarship. It's not the first time that I've received it, but I really do appreciate both the moral and financial support they've given, and it continues to help with the cost of my education.
Thank you, Brandon. And then Luca, please.
Hi, thank you so much for this scholarship, both to the council and to its sponsors. I'm really excited to be able to use this scholarship to fund my education so I can be.
Oh.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So just thank you to the the Wisconsin Council for the Blind and its sponsors for just helping me out with the scholarship. I'm really excited to be able to use it to fund my education, so that I can become a music therapist and like give back to the community. And I want to work with kids with disabilities because I once was a kid with a disability and I know what it's like. So I think, yeah, just thank you so much.
Thank you, Luca. Appreciate that. And now, Ellie.
Yeah, like everyone else said, I just want to say a big thank you to the council. Getting this scholarship means that I can now get the education I need to spread my knowledge with everyone. So it's a huge thank you to the council and all of their sponsors.
Thank you, Ellie. George, can we hear from you?
I too would just like to say a big thank you to the council and to its sponsors. This scholarship's an incredible opportunity, and it really helps me on my journey towards becoming a physical therapist.
Wonderful. And now, Joe.
Yeah, just again, thanks to the council and their sponsors for this scholarship. It is really a great help for just continuing my education. So thanks again.
Fabulous. Thank you, Joe. And now, Shayna.
Hi, Shayna again. I would also like to thank the council and their sponsors for choosing all of us students to um, have these scholarships and giving us the chance that many of us want and are looking for. And I am looking forward to the future with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shayna.
Kathleen, thank you so much for the incredible reading. It was really beautiful and I think really meaningful for many of us. So I appreciated it a great deal. And students, if we were in some hotel ballroom right now, which is often where this event takes place in non-COVID times, I would invite the entire audience to stand and give you a round of applause and a standing ovation, because with the future, with you as our future and it in your hands, I think we're set on a really powerful path for a better world. Each of you has ways that you want to contribute to the world being a better place, and is already doing that in so many ways. So YouTube audience, go ahead, stand up in your living room and give these scholars just a good whoop and round of applause, because they rock. Every year as I read the applications, a theme comes to me, or kind of a word that really seems to speak to this particular group. And the word that just kept sitting with me every time I read your applications and when I saw your names on our list, and as your pictures started coming in and Lynn was creating the program for today's event, courage was just the word that shined through every single moment, because you all embody courage for me. And I was thinking about one of my mentors and someone who's writing and whose life has really helped me forge my path, the poet and writer and civil rights activist Maya Angelou, has a reading or a quote on courage that when I found it, I was like, this is the perfect thing to share with you all. So I'd like to do that and then just share a couple of words in closing. So from Maya Angelou: one isn't born with courage. One develops it, and you develop it by doing small, courageous things in the same way that one wouldn't set out to pick up a 100-pound bag of rice. If that was your aim, the person would be advised to pick up a 5-pound bag, and then a 10-pound bag, and then a 20-pound bag, and so on and so forth, until one builds up enough muscle to actually pick up 100 pounds. And that's the same way with courage. You develop courage by doing courageous things, small things, but things that cost you some exertion, mental, and I suppose emotional and spiritual exertion. Maya Angelou. As I read your applications and have heard you this afternoon, and some of you we've met before, oh, so many acts of courage that you have each done, and I'd really like to call some of those out. So many of you have advocated for yourselves with instructors, letting them know what would really support you to be able to show up and do your very best work. What might get in the way and how those barriers could be removed. And sometimes that advocacy is easy. You've got instructors who are like, I get it, and I can't wait to help you with that. And other times that advocacy may need repeated focus because it just takes hearing the message again and asking again before the barriers seem to be removed or melt away. You've shown incredible courage by getting out into your communities and volunteering. So many of you have rich volunteer histories and things that you're still continuing to do, whether it was in high school or on your college campuses and in your communities. Those are acts of courage. As you give to your community, that's an act of courage. So many of you have also reached out to create and forge new friendships. That's always an act of courage. And I think it's a particular act of courage for those of us who live with vision impairment, wondering, will I be accepted? How will folks perceive me? Will I be able to do the things that my peers want to do? So please continue those acts of courage in connecting with people who share a like mind with you, who kind of feed your soul and help bold you up during times of trouble, and who also can share the joys of life with you. You do acts of courage when you advocate for other folks. Several of you mentioned how you have supported your peers in times when they've needed advocacy. And I frankly think that anyone who goes to college figures that out during a pandemic, that's kind of maybe not even a 5-pound weight of bag of rice of courage, maybe not even a 10, but it might be right up there with a 20-pound. As a mom myself, and my youngest daughter just finished her sophomore year of college, I was amazed at how she navigated a world wearing masks, a world with virtual instruction and some in-place instruction, and navigating a cafeteria and navigating a social atmosphere online during a pandemic as a college student. And I know many of you have done the same. So that to me feels like a big, courageous lift. So as you continue forward, I want to invite you to keep picking up those bags of courage and lifting them higher and higher and building your courageous muscles through kindness, through diligence, through perseverance, through clarity about what it is that you hope to achieve, for helping to build a more just and equitable world, because I know that's important to so many of you. Your courage is what gives those of us who have been around the sun a few times a lot of hope for what our future might hold. So no pressure. I want to just thank you again, and I want to extend a special thank you to your families, parents out there. You have done an incredible job of supporting your young people to be at this place today. And I know that they have done so much for themselves and on their own behalves, and you have helped pave the pathway for them to get to this place. So parents, grandparents, and the folks who love you, thank you to you for all that you've done. I want to thank our sponsors and the generous families who have contributed to our investment account for the scholarship. Without your financial support, this work would not be possible for us. We get the fun and wonderful part of choosing the scholars and having the opportunities like this, thanks to your foresight and your generosity. I want to extend a warm thank you to our board of directors for all that you do to govern and guide the council to fulfill our mission. And thank you so much to the board members who are with us today on screen. And I want to extend a very warm thank you to the incredible staff at the council. I feel very privileged to be able to work with board and staff to fulfill our work. And so many staff are watching this afternoon as our board members and helping to cheer you all on as well. I want to thank the staff who are online with us today. So Mitch and Kathleen and Lynn, who are supporting us on the Zoom side, and Lori is supporting us on the YouTube side. So warm thank you to everybody. So once again, thanks for gathering this afternoon. And be well, everyone. Safe journeys to whatever travels, both physical and emotional and mental, that any of us are doing in these next weeks as we begin to emerge from our COVID year and begin to regather together in new and invigorating ways. I'll ask the scholars and all of the participants who were with us on screen, if you would kindly stay once we're done going live, because we'd like to do a screenshot. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and be well. Awesome.